I'm starting with a rainbow cake called Firefly, which is a really great cake for the holidays. It has reds and golds in it, and you can do a lot with it. And I'm starting with what I can describe best as maybe like an abstract, deconstructed butterfly wing. I'm just placing the color down and pulling it in towards my eye, and then using the heel of the brush to fill in the gaps. And if you are or ever have been an abstract painter, doing a look like this is a lot easier. If not, this could take a couple tries because you want to be so imperfect about it so that you get a real whimsical and kind of random abstract look. So it might take some practice. So after laying down the red, I'm going to take the gold and orange from this palette, and I'm going to start filling in the gaps. And I'm using a 3/4 inch angled brush for all of this. And I'm layering and just filling in, no real rhyme or reason to it. And it's actually a design you can't really mess up. I think the fear of messing it up will mess you up more than if you just start laying down color. Also taking that orange on the heel of my brush, and I'm just filling in over my eyebrow and then down around my eye, and then patting it into the corner of my eye and over my eyelid as well, so that I don't have any weird gaps. Now I'm taking that same 3/4 inch brush and a cake that has white, green, and turquoise, and I'm starting to lay down teardrops and just kind of one stroke petals over the red. So I do want this to have the red and green Christmas feel, but I don't want it to be too traditional, which is why I picked a one stroke that had some turquoise in it. I wanted it to have a little bit more depth than just being the dark red and dark green that you traditionally see in Christmas designs and holiday designs. So I'm also taking that brush on the tip and pulling lines down through the green petals and strokes that I laid down. Now I'm taking a round brush and I'm taking some metallic gold and some bronze, and I'm just going to highlight the red leaf shapes and make sure the points of those shapes stand out a little bit more. And then I'm adding that nice festive metallic glow to my design. Now I'm taking my favorite petal brush and I've loaded it very well with white and red, which does give you a little bit of a pink look, of course, but not a problem. It's okay. We don't want this to be too traditionally holiday. And I am randomly placing these around the design where I think it's going to add interest and depth. And you'll notice while I'm doing this, I continue to look up, gauge where I need some more petals, and I place those down wherever I see a gap or where I think it's going to add and enhance the design. So I'm going back to my metallic and adding some dots, as well as I'm giving myself some metallic eyeliner, and then I do pat this out over the lid of my eye a little bit because I really want that shine for this design as well. So I'm just taking my finger and patting that out, and then I'm also putting some metallic underneath my eye where I didn't quite get the red spread out well because I don't want any gaps. So I'm just going to fill that in. And now I'm taking a liner brush, and this is actually kind of a metallic green that I have in my paint palette. So I'm just taking a liner brush and I'm pulling straight lines and curved lines up and out over the design because I want this to have a really, really nice flow. So this is a lot of just kind of feeling it out. I also think it's kind of not that intuitive to do, but you almost want to do this quickly because the quicker your strokes are, the better they're going to look. If you try too hard, it's going to look like you're trying that hard. So with the metallic, you can see I actually kind of pressed down in some of those strokes because I wanted that to be a little thicker. And now I'm just spraying on some holographic gold glitter. And going back to my liner brush, I've loaded it with some black and I'm putting some lines and curls in as well, but I'm also going back through my double dip flower petals and just putting a little line going through them, which actually adds a lot to those petals. Gives them a completely different look. I highly recommend you trying this. And I'm going to use that liner brush just to outline the tip of those little butterfly strokes that I started with, because I still want those initial strokes and color I laid down to stand out. I don't want them to disappear. So I'm also going to give myself some thin little eyeliner, kind of a pretty elongated cat eye, but I'm keeping it very, very thin. And this is a nice thing to do on adults or teenagers or kids that are old enough. And then I loaded up my small petal brush again with some white and some neon yellow because I wanted to have that kind of pop of color. And this design is all about layering. You can do this with many different color combinations, but it's a great way to do a really pretty holiday design that isn't your traditional holiday design. And then, of course, if you have time or if it's on someone who's old enough and you want to add chunky glitter. I think the chunky glitter, especially this awesome gold glitter, takes this design to a completely different level. I liked this design before I added this. Once I put the gold glitter on, I loved it. I think it is so pretty and so fun for the holidays. And I, as an adult who likes face painting, I would much rather wear a design like this than any other holiday design. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you try it. Just remember, layer, 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 and just go fast and try not to think that hard. I hope you guys try this. If you do, please tag me on Instagram so I can see. And as always, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.